How was when you came for the second time? Because I want to paint the picture going to the Lakers, right? Because you went to the Clippers. It didn't work out. You always talked about how you were, you kind of wish, or you alluded to wishing, going to, a pick later you would be with the Timberwolves and Kevin Garnett, and how that would have affected you. Yeah. That would have been. That seemed like it would have been. You said like where you would have had leadership. Yeah.
Yeah, I could just imagine if I would have been around a dude like that was so determined, you know what I'm saying, to be great. At that age, and I was 19, I was, open to learning everything for everybody. It's so crazy because I remember being at an All-Star game and I was working as a guest reporter.
Oh, okay.
And I was, like asking KG some questions. And I was like, KG, could you imagine KG at the 4, LO at the 3? It was after my rookie year. He was like, oh shit, that'd be crazy. But I could just imagine because some of Kobe's stardust fell off on me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I could imagine at being 19 and having some of that KG stardust fall off on me, how that would have affected my career. It changed probably my practice habits and just my routine on trying to be great.
Hello. So I had a chance, my last time around the block, Kobe had called and I was thinking about going to the Lakers. It just so happened that I had to take a bigger deal somewhere else. I hadn't put away that much money. You
know what's so crazy? That's what's crazy about Kobe though. And people don't even really realize about him. Like dudes that he had that he admired or they didn't have to be stars or whatever, but he would always kind of like reach out to them or always like want them around him on his team. And that's probably just your competitive nature.
No doubt.
And he admired that.
I respected the shit out of him. And so one of my things, and I was going to say, was I always kind of regretted not doing that because I would have liked to have seen what you just kind of talked about, like who he was behind closed doors, how he worked. Like if I could keep up with that, like if it was an insatiable hunger for greatness. And so I want you to talk to me about, because you just said you would have liked to have had that with KG, and then some of that rubbed off on you from Kobe. What was it like with him behind closed doors working?
Oh, it was intense. But you know what? It helped me because I understood him, because I understood him, and I met Kobe at an early age, and we were under the same AAU umbrella with Adidas. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? So I already knew what type of time he was on from 16. That he was just, I played one-on-one with him. We were 16, 17 years old. And I kind of understood how he was back then. First one there, last one to leave. A lot of people could say that, but can't really do it every day, consistently. Yeah. Waking up at 4:30, getting 1,000 shots in. 500 might be turnarounds to the right. 500 might be turnarounds to the left. Getting 800 step backs in repeatedly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Lifting weights 2 times a day. This is in the summertime. Shit like that. It's just like when you off, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
His I seen him, banging at breakfast. You heard Cat Williams say, "Damn, you a thug in the morning?
You gang banging on breakfast?"
Yeah, it's 10 in the morning. He elbowing Sasha Vujacic, and we ain't even jump ball yet. You know what I'm saying? Roger, you know how NBA practice is. If you score 8 times in the NBA practice, like you had an amazing day.
Right.
A great day. I seen dude hit 15 in a row in practice.
Ugh. I couldn't have done that, but I'd have elbowed Sasha Vujicic's ass too at 10 in the morning. I shot him 1 too.
If he ain't in the mood, Master P came, to practice one time. It ain't
tell the Master P story.
We in the losing streak. We going through a hard time. P, I respect you, but it ain't that time. It just wasn't that time. And I kind of had to, I sensed the energy and I kind of got between them and was just everything cool here? Everything was cool there. And, you know, he just one track mind, man. It's just all about the win, all about the W. Let's go home. Everybody gonna make it home safe. You know what I mean? It's just that first. I mean, somebody that just put basketball first before everything. Mm-hmm.
Well, what was it like when you got traded from Miami to the Lakers in that big deal with Shaq? And it was supposed to be like a rebirth. But what was the first time Kobe set the tone with you? Because it's one thing to see him from afar and grow up with him, but then you had time off from Kobe, right? And then when did he set the tone with you when you got traded back to LA?
I think it probably was the perfect. Sometimes you believe in God, right, and faith, you're spiritual. And, God puts, leads us in a direction for a reason. And at that time, it was perfect for me because I just came from Miami.
Yeah.
And, which is like, that's the most strictest program probably in the league. You miss a weight room or whatever, you're going to have a sheet on your locker to say, yo, come talk to my office. You gotta go talk to Stan. Like they don't waste no time down there. So it was perfect because I had just came from a strict regimen and then, playing with Kobe. So it was easy for me to fall in line. So I didn't even really have to go through that with him. I knew what to expect. And I just came from a place where it was no bullshit, was accepted. So it was kind of like perfect for me to be reacquainted with my brother in that kind of circumstances. And I got a trade booster. So I was
nice too.
That helps.
That was a nice little bag on the way out.
And then if it was any other team, I could have denied the trade. But then I was just going back to LA. And being from the other locker room, I kind of knew what to expect being, coming back as a Laker. Couldn't be no better, really.
Where was Kobe in that way? Where, he just left Shaq. He has something to prove. What kind of mindset was he in when you walked in the door? Those first 2 years when he was when you had got traded there.
I mean, well, I ain't never walk on a court with him, and his mentality is not murder, kill, homicide. But I think him being a realist knew it was going to be hard. But then, a couple of people felt that wrath. You know what I mean?
Did you feel that wrath too? Did you feel that? Because, no? Okay.
No. I always came with it.
Okay.
Or at least I'm going to play hard. Nah, I never really got that wrath for underperforming. And I don't know if it was just because I'm nice or if I don't know if I ain't want that wrath. First of all, it's LA, so I know, I'm from New York, so I don't want no media getting on my ass. Then you got a coach, and then you got Kobe. I don't want this motherfucker on my back, and I like LA. If the best player don't like me, then you got a problem.
I know that's right.
And for me, it was easy for me because we was cool, though. We was cool, even though he was, difficult for some motherfuckers, but you probably wasn't balling, or you had a bad work ethic. If it was both, then my man ain't had no time for you.
But he was going in on people, he was going in on calling names on it, putting Swiss Parker, Kwame Brown, all these people. How did you escape that part?
Because I wasn't a cancer to what he was trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? We was on the same time with that. Shit, I wanted to get there too.